Hey, what's good? It's Heavenly Way Shy. It's he not pulling up to your party. You know, you keep knocking on my door asking for one. I'm here for fuck you on, man. I want to dive into aspects. I'm sitting outside of a church. Let's see what kind of church it is. Yeah, whatever branch that is, you already know. It's just another group to exist in. But anyways, your other aspects, so like artists, musicians, family members, relatives, anyone in your mind, anyone that's calibrated in your mind. I'm sorry, no, we'll stay here. Actually, no, I'm gonna move. Anyone that's calibrated to your mind, okay? The church thing is bothering me. I let it bother me. Okay. We'll just watch the sea of cars. I will watch the sea of cars. But yeah. Oh, but I also want to be in the sun. See, I'm indecisive as hell. But yeah, like, I'm trying to... Okay. So, your aspects, right? It can be through music. It can be through artistry. It can be through sports. I know a lot of guys like looking up to an athlete, a male athlete, just because he's like a superhero. No shame, you gotta start somewhere. But what those aspects are entailing, what they are basically projecting onto you, and how you have so much dominant, like how they hold like a dominant power in your subconscious and even conscious mind, is that they are resonating with your energy. So that is your aspect. A lot of people look up to LeBron James, Jeremy Lin, Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe Rose Namajunas, UFC fighters, whatever the case may be, right? And what that entails is an aspect of you, an energy form in that avatar, right? That is basically doing a task that you aren't doing. And you can be calibrated to it if you're just not calibrated to it. It's not part of your timeline, but it's like in your timeline without you having to experience it. So in a way, you're like in the coasting timeline. Okay, stick with me. I know this is getting pretty out of bounds for a lot of people, but it's out of earthly narrative. So, for instance, there's a skater that's like a model and an actor. There's a skateboarder, male, model, actor, and has like a similar heritage to me. However, they're kind of like who I am if I cared so much about vanity, if I cared so much about material possession and popularity. You get my gist? Like, if I was very bound to earthly narratives and storytelling, and I really identified with the ego. But I don't, because I'm like beyond this place. And so are you. If you're watching this and you're comprehending and you're understanding what I am depicting, you're out of this place too. But you're just on a different level. But anyways, whatever like gets you going, like that energetic pull, that it's like inspiration. But what it really is just your other aspect reminding you of what you are. You're just not bound to the subjects and narratives that they are bound to. Like if I were that specific person, let's just name this specific person Malachi, okay? Malachi, who is a skateboarder, model, and has the same heritage as me, and does basically exactly what I do, but he does it in he or she, you know what, gender doesn't even matter either, but like they do it in a way where it's based off of like scamming in a way, you know, publicity and being popular, having as much attention as possible, okay? You know, that can only go so far. And I know I'm speaking from an underdog perspective. Like, the underdog is always stating facts because they're ahead of their time. But, like, reality moves slower. So they're really just, like, forecasting and then predicting and then moving in that direction. And it comes into fruition. But nothing is ever as it seems. So someone who may look glamorous online and even in person, you know, you have no idea what it took them to get to where they are. And also, what is governing their mind. If they have a sound mind, if they are sound, if they are balanced, they have a proper head on their shoulders, they wouldn't need to be depicted through vanity. They wouldn't need to be depicted through a hierarchy. They would just be, you know what I mean? They would just be content, low cortisol type of vibes. Like the moment they are attached to like numbers, stats, material possession, this is where they lose their sauce. They lose godliness because they are into like temporal limitations just to create some form of illusionary identity. You get what I mean? Like they're playing with something that is already done. Now that can be very profound for a lot of people, so just continue if it resonates, click off if it doesn't. It's not that complicated. But yeah, basically there's nothing outside of you. There's nothing working outside of you. There's nothing happening outside of you. All of these celebrity gossips and people that you think are inspirational are just your other aspects. The ones making the music, the ones making the films, the ones making the clothes, the ones making the food, the ones making the cars. That's just you. That's just you on a different timeline. That's just you being specific with a timeline. And for this avatar, I wouldn't want to just be dedicating myself to skateboarding. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, just be so for real of the ins and outs of those daily tasks of being a skateboarder. Just take that in, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us love to dream of the absolute, like, professional athlete, top percent, billionaire, trillionaire, whatever, having all of the power in the world, like these types of fundamentals, right? Or these types of goals. And what that identity is not understanding is that's not real. Okay? Now, that can be a very vague answer, but those goals are subjected to the personal identity of your avatar. It's not subjected to the grander scheme of your existence, if you get my gist. Okay? Let's say you do accomplish your big aspirations. It's temporal, right? You haven't, like, and it also depends on whether you got that instantaneously or not. All right? If you got it instantaneously, guess what? instantaneously lose it. You haven't built the credits to maintain what you've gained. There is no more to gain. There's no Morgan. There's no more to gain. There's a lot to lose because you entered with a losing state. So you exit with a losing state. You get my idea? It's not even mine. It's the idea, the godly idea. So that's what I mean about your aspect. Okay? A lot of us, especially if you're watching this and you're still watching this, you're on a timeline where you are observing. You're on low cortisol and you're seeing this from the observer. You're seeing this from the avatar. Okay? You complete your avatar task of whoever you are, Jeffrey Bum or Kelvin Wine, whatever your name is, okay? And you just like do whatever that character does. Complete your daily task force. Micro, macro, doesn't matter, because what it equates to is the expansiveness of your being and of source. And then that goes up. That goes up into the infinity. A homie of mine, nobody named Phil, shout out. He oh my God, he's a poet. He's my favorite poet because he said humans are all just USBs. That was gold to me. Like, we're all just USBs, but the USB doesn't know that it's a USB. So a lot of us that are asleep, a lot of us that are considered like bots or NPCs, that's just a USB, just like in a USB state. It doesn't know that, it's not aware that it's a USB going through all these experiences. So like source saving files onto that USB, because you are a master computer and a supercomputer. You're a supercomputer, and what source is doing is just like making you go through the experiences. So it saves all this stuff on the USB. You know, let's title it Heavenly Wave USB, and just going like boom, 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 boom. And there's times where you need to nab. There's times where you need to crash out, and then you know, something happens to your USB. And when you take that USB out of the supercomputer, you're just a USB. You get what I mean? I'm just Heavenly Wave. I'm just chilling. Until you plug yourself back in, which is like the Matrix or like the supercomputer. I see it as a supercomputer. I don't really see it as like bad or good. I just like, whatever, okay? But stay with me. You're just here to collect stories, collect data, okay? A lot of people are like, what's my purpose? What are these aspects? What am I supposed to be doing here? Blah, 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 blah. You're just here to collect stories and make the best out of it. That's your job. It's very easy. Very easy breezy, Heavenly Wave steezy. Yo, I'm my favorite poet. At this point, I'm my favorite poet, okay? That was lit. That was lit. I love words. I love the English tongue. So thank you. All right, you already know. It's Heavenly Wave Shati. Now I'm pulling up to your pod. Very easy breezy.
Heavenly Wave steezy. Easy breezy. Heavenly Wave steezy.
Yo, I'm my favorite poet. At this point, I'm my favorite poet. Okay, that was lit.